First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Akim, pushing this word in sincerity and truth. This is your brother back at you with another lesson, willing to edify. And this one here is actually going into, nowhere to go but up, right? And this here is actually pursuing to the elect, because that is in this way, day of the earth is gonna be delivered out of this destruction. The Israelites, that in this way, how they're gonna be redeemed out of this great destruction that the Lord is about to bring upon the earth, and especially the day of in Babylon, because we know Babylon, referring to America. Hey, the Lord is about to turn it up there, World War III, and hey, those nukes are gonna fall upon Babylon and leave nothing alive. So that is why the men of the Lord, they had to be out of that land, in a sense they had to be out from there, they had to be delivered from there, because hey, in you being in America and these nuclear missiles go off, hey, if you weren't a part of the elect and predestined for salvation, well, you're dead. You're doomed. You're doomed. Right? Let's say, so Luke 21:25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. Because you're seeing the most amount of uproars of the people, from since 2020 till now. The people have been rioting, the scriptures say, when the wicked is in authority, the people mourn with perplexity, right? The sea and the waves roaring, men's heart feeling them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, because the prophecies is about to come to pass, and the great scourges pronounced upon this earth is going to be real terrible, right? Let's say, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. And the great power and the glory, you're gonna be in that glorified body, as well as that power, the chariots, and also the thousands from heaven, pursuing to Isaiah second Ezra, the 13th chapter, right, whereby it speaks on men's heart feeling them for fear, because first of all, there's gonna be the Revelation 12:12. The devil gonna come down with a great wrath, martial law towards the people, and what's gonna be upon the face of the earth in that time as well would be they bringing in that chaos, So with that being said, because the Lord basically gonna bring all that great perplexity upon the earth, that the whole earth is gonna feel it. Everyone is gonna feel it. That great trial, that great testing, because because thou hast because thou hast kept my patience, He gonna keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is gonna do what? Try the whole world, all that dwell upon the earth, right? And hey, this place is gonna go into a utter, collapse, and the people now is gonna go into a real, state of survival mode, because what is pronounced upon the face of the earth, famines, pestilence, the sword, Esau being the Lord's sword, pursuant to the Psalm 17 and 13, hide me from the wicked, which is thy sword. You know, and this man here, he has all sorts of things: biochemical warfare, robotics. You know, this man, hey, he's gonna go all out, right? And Jake, you gonna be his target. But the scripture says that and the dragon was wrought with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which you know, keep the commandments of the Lord, which fear the Lord. Let's see, for the powers of heaven. So hey, the place is gonna get so wild. You know, they that causing these things to happen, it's gonna be way beyond out of their control, right? Because through the unrighteous decrees, the pushing with wars and all these things, that is gonna bring in that Jacob's trouble, right? So so even them, the elites of the world, they gonna be in fear because hey, everything they gonna see everything reach way out of their control, right? Let's say, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with a power and great glory. And when these begin to come to pass, right, right, then look up. So when these things begin to come to pass, hey, look up, right? Let's see, for your redemption draweth nigh. Yeah, redemption draweth nigh surely, right? Hey, it's gonna be hey, what the Lord have pronounced is gonna be the worst upon the face of the earth. The whole earth hasn't, you know, witnessed or felt such, havoc before. Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and 21 would say, for then shall there be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, so this time or ever shall be. Except those days be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. For the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Because the Lord had to speed up the times, And we know He doing that because a lot of videos going out about the earth actually, the so-called earth spinning, the earth spinning rapidly, and time is actually passing by much faster, and XYZ, but yeah, it's all the will of the Heavenly Father, but this place has to fall, right? It's yeah. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is your Mashiach, or there, believe it not. I brought up the point in 21 where it say that, hey, we're going to have a great tribulation, and we haven't witnessed something like that. That is why Jeremiah 30 talk about a man, basically in travail, right? And it's all going to the great destruction of the Lord, right? The great destruction of the Lord. That's why we ought to fear, right? We must see if I can hear so look where so this is the book of 2 Peter 3 and 10. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heaven shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. They also and the work, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Seeing that, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Yes, so, and this destruction coming to America, you know, that great destruction coming to America, because Revelation speaks about it. You know, they're going and hit the whole and burn out fire. Jeremiah, let's see here. '51. Yeah, Jeremiah 51 and verses 8. Yeah, 51 and 8. Behold, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Hold for take balm for her. Take balm for pain, for if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us everyone go into his own country. For judgment reacheth unto the heaven and is lifted up to the skies. Yeah. Jump into verse 11. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields of the Lord, and raise up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. For his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Right? Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up watchmen. Prepare the ambush, for the Lord had devised and done that which he had spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. Because a greater utter destruction is coming to America. And in this way, the elect is going to be taken up out of it is via chariots. The book of Isaiah, the 26th chapter, and the 20th verse. Let's say, come my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as if it were a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. And that chamber and that door, it refers unto the chariots, because by the this way they in America is gonna be saved, you know. That is how the elect is gonna be saved in that time. Right? So in the Matthew 24:31, you know, when the Lord comes with his glory, he will then, you know, descend with his angels. Let's see here. Verse 31. I'll start at verses 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give a light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers in the earth of the heaven shall be shaken. Yes, them stars will back into the nuclear missiles. When that hit, World War III time happening, the people under great perplexity. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. With them clouds going back into the chariots, and you know, the great glory going extend over to the angels. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather his elect from the four winds, and from one end of heaven to another. Because in this way they're going to be able to escape the judgment that is coming, right? By the elect being taken up via them chariots. Right? Well, yeah. Because hey, we know for to even reap the kingdom, First Corinthians 13, you know, because um let's see, First Corinthians 15:50. It says, now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, neither corruption inherit incorruption. Yeah, so hey, we had to give up this flesh anyhow, you know, and that the only way how hey the elect is gonna escape out of Babylon is via the Lord sending them angels to deliver them. Um, let's see here. Right. Well, I'll read back to the one, and he shall send his angel with a great sound of a trumpet, and he shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to another. Right? See here. Book of Revelation 4:12. Yeah, with me, just a moment. Right. Okay. Revelation 11:12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Right? And because hey, we had to give up these bodies, and when the angels take we up, we're gonna go up into them chariot and meet the Lord and be with the Lord, right? Yeah, because hey, we had to cast off this flesh, right? And enter into the chariot, we're gonna need, you know, them spiritual bodies, as it's speaking on, you know, concerning the corrupt, the you know, putting on that incorruption with them new bodies that is programmed to righteousness, right? I was getting here, right? Let's say come up here and ascend up to heaven in a cloud. Yeah, and they ascended into heaven in a cloud, and the enemies beheld them. First Thessalonians, um, yeah. First Thessalonians 4 and verses 16, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahweh, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first. And we which shall remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Because hey, this place is gonna be totally destroyed. Babylon, America is gonna be totally destroyed, and that deliverance needs to come, and the deliverance for the Achaeum to the four corners of the earth, because the famines, the pestilence, these things are gonna slack, right? Revelation 15:2. And I saw it a glass of mingled, a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, because it's going back into the elect get delivered via the angels, from the wood from the Lord, come out of yeah, the Lord, take, deliver the elect out of this place that is set to destroy. It's over the beast and over his image and over his mark and over the number of his name. Stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. Yeah, so again, like the only way you're gonna escape. Yeah, no way to go but up in them chariots being the only way to be delivered. I hope this short lesson was edifying. Dublin City Elders and Apostles, a great millstone. So now, I will do a part 2 on this. Shalom.